So like the last time you was on here, it wasn't even a video show. It was an audio show, right?
Yep. I
It's
remember
been a,
that.
so I'm, I'm
Yep.
I'm happy you can get on the video side of it now, and definitely happy about that, man.
hmm Yep. And I think
Uh,
we had started the first time was right before or right when the whole COVID started. I think that was
mhm.
when you first had me. It's been like a year.
Yeah. So good to have you back. It's gonna be episode 89 of the Just Chilling podcast. I got my boy Retesh with me. Retesh, Gupta. Man, we ain't talked in a while, but like I said, I'm happy to have him here with me. Um, got a new project out. When did it drop?
It dropped. Well, I'm trying to check the date now. It dropped on the 27th of April, but I started promoting that, on Sunday and Friday of last week. So it's been out for a minute now, for a week, and just been trying to promote it. Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt. Untitled verses, right?
Yep. That's the project name, Untitled Verses.
Right. Um, what made you go with that name? It's just random right now before I get to my other stuff. What made you go with that name?
Yeah, so when I made this project, a lot of the songs on this project are songs that I've had from 2018, 2019, 2020 that were either previously released or songs that I never released before. And what I did was a lot of the songs I was like, should I use the old names? Should I use the new names? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna create this whole new project. I'm gonna title it based on the inspiration of Untitled Unmastered by Kendrick Lamar. I'm gonna use the same inspiration, same way where he placed his font on the album title. I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna call it Untitled Verses. And another reason being is some of them songs are only like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, like a minute, because previously those songs had other people on it, but due to like features and all that stuff, I had to cut them off. So it's just me on the songs. And I was like, I don't want to go back into these old songs from like 2019, early 2020 and go in and record another verse or add a hook. And I was like, no, I'm just gonna leave them as is. I'm just gonna use my verse, my hook. So I was like, I'm just gonna name this project Untitled Verses. And I try to name them like Untitled One, Untitled Two, something like that. But I was like, no one's gonna remember the name, so I gotta add some name at the end. So some of them have parentheses in it, like make it rain, or they'll say like fake people or something like that. So there's no like, actual like songs. Some of them are, most of them are just verses. So that's why I called it Untitled Verses.
I kind of had that. I kind of had a thought in the back of my head about that Kendrick Lamar inspiration, but it just didn't really click to you. Just said it right then.
Yeah.
Um, I want to ask you a question and just see how you respond to it. Because I only been listening to one song and I really just want to cover that first song, Breaking Bad, with you today. But as I listened to that song, the question just came up to me like, how would you respond if I told you that like listeners have to listen to you more than one time to really get what you're rapping about or get like the message you're trying to. I don't think like one listen does it for you. What would you say to that? I'm
Yeah,
just talking about like on a specific song, just any song. I believe like you don't. I don't think you come so hard and so brash. I think they don't. It probably go over some people's head the first time.
Yeah, I feel like certainly that there's certain songs that I feel like it definitely takes a couple listens. Because sometimes I try to do some different, something super different versus just straight rap. Always try to change it up, trying to make every song different from the next song. Yeah, the Breaking Bad song specifically. As you know, the show Breaking Bad, I had made that beat a while back, and I was just trying to come off on some. At the time, I was making this hip hop project at the time, but I wanted to use like make that like the intro song all about hip hop on the hook and just come in different with the vocals, how it's mixed on the hook, and then just start spitting on the verses. So that's where the song comes out. But I truly get it that some people, they rather you got to listen to it a couple times, especially on that song specifically, because the way that hook is mixed, it might not hit you the same way. Because every song that I pretty much do, the hook comes in first. So if that hook doesn't hit you the way it's supposed to because it's mixed a certain way, when it sounds aggressive, it sounds kind of raspy, it doesn't sound like a clean, straight to the point kind of song. Definitely takes a couple listens, and
I mean that as a compliment though. I mean that as a
right.
compliment to you as an artist.
hmm yeah, totally get it. Yeah. Because I feel like every song you got to listen to a couple songs, a couple times. Just because, you know, like there's certain things that you missed out the first time that you probably didn't catch the first time, or, you know, sometimes you got to just listen to that again because, you know, damn, he was actually spitting something. I didn't catch it, you know, and sometimes they're like, nah, this song actually got something. Let me go back and listen to it. So I always try to do that. And, you know, that's how it
Yeah.
is.
Was it on purpose that the first sound that you hear when you put this on is the Breaking Bad kind of theme? Is that what was the purpose behind it? And was that on purpose? Because that's the first thing you hear when you cut this on.
Yeah, 100% that was on purpose. Because what actually happened, the reason I'm gonna give you like some background about the beat is I had just finished Breaking Bad. This is like 2020, I want to say. I had just finished the last episode of Breaking Bad, and then I was like, right, you know, when the episode ends, they have that sound, you know, that sound that they do with the theme, and I was like, I'm gonna chop that. I'm gonna make a beat. I'm gonna make a beat out of that. And what I always try to do with my beats is I always want to have like some interesting intro, like to get your attention. You know, with the beat, I want people to like listen to it and be like, no way, did he not just sample this Breaking Bad, you know, theme? So I want that to lead into that, you know, that beat drop super bad. So definitely had that. And towards the end, I have that little rumbling sound that happens all the time, like a snake rattle sound at the end that they use exactly in the theme, that if a person listens to it all the way through and they get to that ending part, they hear that too. So it's like the beginning, in the middle, and the end. That's, you know, that was the whole concept behind that.
Okay. Was it nothing more than you were just watching it and got inspiration there, or does it forecast anything for the project?
Yeah, you know, honestly, it's just a beat. You know, honestly, it's just really that beat. Go, that song actually had a purpose to it when it was like I said, for when it was for the hip hop project. But obviously, when I did that whole Untitled Verses, I was like, I'm just gonna throw this song out there, just sitting on my laptop. You know, might as well have people listen to it. So there's nothing that like leads. So this project is kind of messy in a way. You know what I mean? It's just out there. You know, just a bunch of random songs, put it together in a folder, and I threw it out. You know what I mean? And whatever songs you like, because it's all over the place. If you go start listening to the project, you'll get some slower
And
stuff, some
that's on purpose as well.
right,
The
right,
scatteredness of it.
right.
Yeah. Um, man, I was gonna ask you something else about that. Oh no, you made the beat. You made the beat. Um, man, the more I listen to that beat, the more I like it. So I say other people will want to use that beat or want to contact you about that beat. So I would like for you to, leave your contact info. Tell people how they can reach you as far as if they need a beat or something like that, because artists watch this too, and they might, go to Breaking Bad and might really like that beat like I did.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to reach out to me, my Instagram's always available. You know, shoot me a DM, RGUPT. And honestly, I haven't been making that many beats recently up until what I'm doing now, but always open to work on production, and I always enjoy making beats for other people as well. Like I always like to hear what other people do to my beats. You know what I mean? It's a different kind of you take a different role on the track, you know, and
Yeah.
I always enjoy that. So definitely hit me up.
When did you finish this project? When did you say I'm done with it, I'm gonna put it out?
Yeah, you know, I've been trying to get this project out since like February of this year, and some stuff that happened with my Spotify, my Apple Music. There was a delay there, like all my music got deleted, right? And I was like, man, like I had just released the original first song, was not gonna have Breaking Bad and all these other songs. I was like going through the track list, and I was like, man, I gotta listen to all these other songs that I got, and if it's dope, I'll put it on the project. And that's what kind of happened. I had planned it in February, then I pushed it off because I was working on another project. And I was like, nah, it's already May. You know, I gotta April. I mean, late May, late April. I gotta put this out right away. So that's what kind of happened with that. I mean, I had been planning for it for a while. I had wanted to do something back in November, but I was like, nah, I gotta just drop it now. So that's what kind of happened with it. I mean, I wanted to do some like leading into it, 2 weeks of like straight promo, but it kind of just happened because of like some song title names and issues and all that kind of happened. So I wasn't able to like properly hype it up as much as I wanted to, but I got it out there and now I can just promo it the way, that it's out and available. So a different kind of promo.
All right. What are you learning between projects? Like you say, you like between your past project and what you're doing now, and even between what you're working on now. What are you picking up in between those projects?
Is that you gotta have patience, man. You kind of want it to all fall away, fall down right away. But nah, it takes time, it takes patience, and you can't expect results right away. Because you like you were listening to the song, like you got to give people a couple listens, and trying to get people when you're like a small artist, trying to get somebody to listen to your thing twice is, man, trying to get them to listen to it the first time is hard, right? Because if they don't like something 10 seconds in, they won't even listen to the whole project. So it's kind of tough in that way. And that's why that Breaking Bad song is number one for a specific reason, in that it sounds so different. Like, I know no one sounds like that. Number one, that beat is crazy, right? And like, I wanted something like somebody listens to that, they're like, okay, I see what he's saying. Let me see what else he got on the project. So it definitely takes patience, and especially this song got 29 songs. So it's like, who the hell dropping 9 song projects, So it's like, it takes patience and trying to find the right people to send it to. And like I say, just gotta be patient and definitely drop music videos to, do more promo on the project. But like I said, I think the biggest thing is just patience and just be consistent with it,
Yeah. Now we could jump in the lyrics a little bit on Breaking Bad. What were you really trying to convey when you said you want to bring hip hop back?
Yeah. So definitely my goal is to just bring that just straight rap, just talk about whatever, but just rap about it. You know what I mean? And not just rap about the same thing, but rap about different topics, different areas, different things that happen in society, different things that are happening around me, and just try to, bring back that storytelling, writing about just real stuff, and that's what I've been about. When I make this music, I've always tried to put out good content and always have that lyrics in there. If it's whatever I'm rapping about, there's always something in there. There's always some type of like content for somebody to kind of depict, and that's what my goal is. And when I was making that song, that was the goal. I was like, this is that hip hop jigga jigga. And that's why I said that jigga jigga. I said that, like some Eminem, and that's my whole goal with it. Putting that jigga jigga sound in there. And I was like, yeah, this shit is dope. Like, people gonna like this, like the true hip hop heads, and be like, oh, I see what he's doing there. And you got to modernize the songs too, because you can't, you in order to get that old crowd and that new crowd, you got to find that correct mix. And that's hard. You try to get the old crowd, I like you for that hip hop, but that new crowd wants to have you with that newer sound. So it's like you got to find that proper mix, and it's hard, to try to make that right sound. So
to make something that everybody wants, right?
Right. It's hard, it's hard. Like, you're trying to get the newer audience, but then the newer audience don't like it for this, and then you're like, to get the old audience, it's like, what do you got to do?
The main thing is just to stay constant, just to keep hitting people, because it's hard to find out what somebody really likes, you know what I'm saying, and what's gonna really go over it. Because a throwaway song might be the biggest song, you know what I'm saying. It just depends on what that person likes on that day, Why not add a second verse on here, man? Because at the end, when that beat drops like it did, like, and the song goes off, I was like, man, I don't know if you did that intentionally, but I was sitting there like, I want another verse.
Yo, like I said, originally that song had somebody else on the verse too, but I had to chop it off due to some like personal issues and stuff. So that had an original verse too with somebody else on it. And then, like I said, when I was making this project, I was like, should I go back? And I really wanted to go back on this hip hop project and, record some, not the hip hop project, the Untitled Verses project, and go back on songs like Breaking Bad that I really like, the beat so dope, and go back and re-record. But the thing is that when I recorded these songs in 2020 and I compared to how I record now in 2021, I would have to redo the whole song, because like the way I've been rapping lately into 2021 and really focusing in on my craft, I don't sound like how I sound in 2020, which is like crazy, but like the way I'm hitting my verses,
it's the growth, right? Yeah.
It's that growth. It's not going to sound the same. So I have to do the hook again. I got to do verse 1 again, and then I got to write a verse 2. So I was like, nah, let's just keep this, that old Retesh, 2020 Retesh, let's just keep it there. And people like that sound. They like that, that vibe to it. And I was in that zone, and I want to leave it as is. So that's why I didn't have a verse 2. But if I made that in like 2021, that would have had a verse 2, maybe in a verse 3, because I was feeling that. Yeah,
I think it's perfect the way it is, though, because it leaves, if you really listening to you on this song and you really paying attention, it's like a cliffhanger almost. It's like we want you to come back for one more verse, but it's just not there. So maybe it's perfect that way, you know. Maybe it's kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah, yeah.
it's kind of like how the Sopranos ended, you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It
Yeah,
leaves you on
it's got that
suspense, like,
vibe to it.
ah,
It got that vibe to it for me.
right. Yeah. And I happen to be like that, and that's what's the beauty of music, right? Just
Mhm.
put it out there and let it just do its thing. And that hopefully leads you to the next song, right? You're like, all right, what's the next song they got on here, So definitely.
Definitely. Um, so I want to just go over two lines that stood out to me, and then we can get up out of here. So what do you mean when you said never had a dream? Do you mean like, did you say never had a dream or you only had one dream?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I wrote that line, when I never had a dream, it's kind of like that's the only dream I have, is that music, right? So it's like never had no other, like this music is like the only dream I have, I have. So that's like the point of that lyric that goes into the other part of the song is, yeah, that this is the dream I have, is that hip hop. I'm trying to make that music and be inspired, go back and listen to older music and just try to bring that vibe to my music. So that's what that line means. Never had a dream,
Mm-hmm. And then we're gonna get you out of here with this one, man, because that magazine line,
Oh
I
yeah.
love it. Just break it down to me. What you were really trying to, what you were thinking when you dropped that line right there. Because I love it.
Yeah, yeah. Let me go back. As bad as I'm not trying to sound like Lil Wayne, but sometimes I'll be rapping these songs and I forget what my lyrics were.
All right, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, what I
I
say? I
love that. I
said,
love that magazine line.
yeah, yeah. I said, what you hearing in the media, they be getting magazines not to read, but you read what the magazines did to the population, where they're killing everybody. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that magazine line,
Love
I
that,
remember.
man. I love that.
Yeah, that magazine line was I remember Logic, I listen to Logic all the time and he had mentioned something about like magazines and something like that and I was like, yo, magazines like a clip on a gun and magazines like you're reading the thing. I was like, yeah, you get in the magazines that they use at the, in the military and they're killing, like innocent people, right? And I'm like, yo, yeah. So I'm like, you read on the magazine, right? You're reading like a newspaper. You read what the magazines did to the population. So you're reading exactly what those magazines like Gun and Bullets did to people when you're reading on your phone or whatever, your newspaper. And yeah, I try to
Love it.
get
I love it. I love it, man. I love it. That's very
yeah.
clever, man. That's very clever. Yeah.
And I did that line. I was like, yeah, somebody gonna catch this. Somebody's
I
gonna
did.
catch
I caught it. Yeah, I
it.
caught it.
I wrote that, try to write it so slick in a way, and then I try to go in where they're killing everybody just so I could explain that last line. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? What they
But this
really
is what
wanted.
I'm saying. Somebody had to
Yeah.
listen to you over and over to really catch lines like that. If you just listen,
Yeah.
it's like, are you listening to the beat or are you listening to the words? Because somebody can just be doing like this, or somebody can really like be trying to hear what you're saying. So it's just you got two different types of crowd that you got two different reactions you'll get to that song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got the people who gonna like it. Oh, this beat's crazy, or they're gonna be like, oh shit, no, no, no. Listen to what he's saying. Listen to what he's saying, bro. Like this shit is dope, and that's part of why I say that last line. I say that hip hop is back. This is what they're gonna say. Like I say that in the very last line. If I ever get a chance, I'm gonna bring it back. That hip hop. You know what I mean? So that I want somebody to listen to that verse and be like, oh nah, he was spitting. Yeah, this that rap shit. You know what I mean? This that hip hop. So that was the goal, overall with the song, with that verse one.
Right. So you get a chance, check out my boy Retesh Gupta. Man, you all over the place. You can look him up on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube. You
Yeah.
can find this on Breaking Bad track all over the place, man. Go check it out. Um, I think I just did it for you, but you can kind of, kind of, give your IG, your contact information because you're dope. You got lyrical talent, and if anybody's really watching this and paying attention and want to work with you, you know what I'm saying, they need to find you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Retesh Gupta, find me on Instagram, rgupt, RGUPT, and then available on all music platforms, like he said, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. YouTube channel is Pariah Ventures. Yeah, and check me out. I'm posting content as much as I can, try to post these freestyles every week. So, go ahead, check that out and, shoot me a message if you're trying to collaborate, just trying to get out there from the Bay. You know what I mean? So, yeah.